What's up guys, DIY Salvage Guy here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode, we're gonna be tackling that bumper. The guy pretty much had damage on every single panel and the bumper is no different. He's got some gouges on the front left, he had a sign on the other side, and he's got scrapes all over from the front of the car bottoming out. So if you guys are new here, hopefully you guys will learn alongside me. We learn as we go here, and everything that we do is just basically DIY. So make sure you guys learn alongside me and smash that subscribe button down below. Everyone else, thank you guys so much for being here, continuing to support me. Please make sure you guys smash that like button, comment, interact with me. I will always get back to you guys and try to become better and better at this. Also, make sure you guys ring that bell down below. That's your post notification symbol. That way you guys stay up to date on the build and everything else that goes on this channel. Make sure you guys are following me over on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Also, make sure you guys check out the new merch line. We just launched it recently. Got a link down below. That way you guys can help support the build, the channel. All proceeds, 100% will go back into the build, the channel. That way I can give you guys better and better content every single day. Alright guys, we're going to try to do some of that body work today on the bumper. We are going to be moving relatively soon, and we're going to try to paint this whole thing in the new house that we're going to be getting. We're going to have a 2-car garage over there, so I think we can be able to do all that stuff DIY, so we're not going to have to outsource it or anything like that. So that all worked out. So in order to alleviate any time that we're going to waste over there, I'm going to try to get as much done as I can now prior to the move. So the last few things that we have to do are pretty much just handle this bumper. We need to sand it down a little bit, and we have to do some body work down here. Probably heat this up a little bit, try to push it out from the inside. Then we'll throw some body filler on there, try to get it more pointed out the same way that this side is. They hit a sign, so I think I pointed this out already, but so that right there. And then obviously have some of the damage that was here as well, so we'll have to probably just sand this down and throw a little bit of body filler in there, and that side should be good as well. And just sand the whole thing down and just get ready for paint, guys. Do you want to point out my little buddy down here? Got Rocky chilling under the car. He's got a really comfortable bed right over here. He just doesn't want to lay in it, and rather lay under the car because he loves cars and just wants to hang out. Rocky, say hi. So to get this bumper off, I think we gotta jack it up a little bit, get the quick jacks under it. That way we can maneuver around and not have any issues or anything like that. We'll take the tires off, and that way it'll stay on the quick jacks for a little bit, and then we can drop it all down when we're done and do what we got to do under there. So be nice and easy that way. So we'll do that now. Take the tire off, take the wheel liner off, and get the bumper off. Disconnect all those little pieces that are on there as well. Fog lights, grills, probably headlights as well, so we'll see. Alright, got the bumper pretty much off now. We disconnected everything, so now I'm just going to remove it. These dead spiders out of the way. Jeez. Got the bumper off, so now we're gonna, assess all the damage and start working on it. I'm gonna try to detail this a little bit. Everything looks okay, aside from those couple spots that I pointed out. So what I'm gonna have to do in order to take care of all that, I'm gonna heat this up. I'm gonna start with this area right here. I'm gonna heat this up, try to reshape this a little bit. I'm gonna try to push this out from the inside. There's a couple things I need to take off from the inside. For anyone who has watched my A7 series, if you haven't, put a link right up right here, and make sure that you guys check that out as well. But this should all look very familiar. So we have this foam shield that we have to remove in order to kind of push that out a little bit. So there's some things we have to take off. We'd have to take this off anyway because we're going to be painting. So we're most likely going to be getting the car towed over to the new place. That way we don't have to worry about driving it or anything. And so now that it's disassembled, it'll be a lot easier to kind of just do what we got to do with it. We're going to have to throw the cover on the car so that we don't get any crap for it. But this is coming along, so we'll take care of this right now. Eventually we're going to take these shields off because we're going to be painting the whole thing anyway. Take this fog light out, take these grills off as well. So we're going to do all that now, take it completely apart, and then we will start doing the body work and stuff like that we need to do. Got the grill off so far, and got all the shields off down here, so mostly good. I'm going to take these fog lights off right now as well. Should just pop right out. It's just held by a couple clips, so we will do that. Seems simple enough. We'll just pop that out real quick. Electric ratchet. I love this thing. Can probably get away with an impact driver, but this thing just so versatile. Especially when you're doing a lot of bolts and stuff, makes it nice and easy. And fog light pops right out. Do the same thing for the other side. Alright, so one more quick update. We got everything off except for these bumper shields, so we'll take that off right now. And then the bumper will be completely stripped. We'll start with the heat, then we'll sand this down a little bit, throw some plastic filler on there, get this all nice and ready for paint. And then we'll toss a nice easy sand all over the rest and get this done. Do the other side as well. Make sure that this is all on the up and up. That way this is all nice and easy and ready to paint. And yeah, it should be nice and good, guys. Coming along very nicely. So first thing we're going to do is push this in a little bit, see if we can do that. So we're just going to throw some heat on it and try it with the dolly, try pushing it down. And if not, try using the hammer, push that down a little bit. I think it should work. Might have to do it a couple times, but we'll see how it goes. So start that now. Plastic's going to be malleable. It's going to take a little bit to kind of get it to warp back. Might have to fill up the compressor and kind of blast it dry. But we'll start with the leaf blower for now. So more or less that's what it's going to be like. I'm going to throw this in the time lapse now just so I can get the rest of this done. Alright, so quick update. It's not perfect. We still have to do body filler and stuff on that, but the bump is down. This seems to be good now. So once we sand this down a little bit, throw some body filler on there. We're still gonna have a slight bump, I think, because it looks like this is a little bit back here. But once we sand it down, we'll be able to get a better feel for it down here as well. There's not really too much I could do down here in terms of dents. This is pretty creased in a little bit, so yeah, I'm not too worried about that. We'll throw a little bit of body filler on there. You know what, let me give it a shot, see if I can push it out a little bit. I think I should be able to get some of that dent out. This with some wax and grease remover real quick, clean it up, then we'll get the sanding. So we're gonna get a little bit more heat over here as well. So I guess when they got hit, this kind of just dented in, so we should be able to just bring this out. Then we'll sand it all down, see what kind of body filler we need to do. But right now we're gonna do that, just bring that out real quick. Should be nice and easy. So heat worked, we reshaped it, so it's good now. I think it should conform nicely. We might have to throw a plastic weld on here in order to make sure that this stays down, although it's probably not that huge of a deal. It's only going to hold the tire liner, so not a big deal. The rest of this looks good, so we're going to get to sanding this and just see what type of damage we got, see what we got to do in order to fix it, and maybe it's just nice easy sand and we don't need any body filler except for right here. Obviously we've got to gouge, but the rest of this looks like it'll be a nice easy process. So we're going to hit with the sander now. We're going to start with the DA, see how it does, since we have a lot to do here. Going to start with a high grit. Don't want to really do too low on plastic because you'll never be able to get those sanding marks out and it'll mess it up too much. I'm going to start with like 240, see how that does, and then we'll go up or down from there. Alright, quick update guys. Did really good with this. We got all the sanding marks, got all the scratches out with some sanding. So what I'm going to do is, the rest of this looks pretty good, so I'm really not going to mess with the bottom. Especially because it's the bottom, I don't really need to. But over here, this is where I think they hit a sign or something. I was able to get it back to as normal as possible. You can tell that this was all bubbled up. Looks like the plastic was all kind of messed up and everything. So the only things that we have here, I'm going to throw a thin layer of body filler here, and it's going to be the plastic body filler because it's a bumper and we need to make sure that we're using flexible so that when it compresses or when it gets hot and cold and the plastic expands, it doesn't crack or anything. So I'm going to throw that here, I'm going to throw that here, a thin layer here, I'm going to do a thin layer up here as well, and that will take care of the sign damage. And then the other thing that we need to do, you guys remember over here, we had all these scratches down here, but we also had big scratches over here. So we took all these out. These look pretty good now. Nothing that a little bit more sanding won't take out. And the last thing that we need to do is we have these gouges. I'm not going to bother sanding these any more than what they are right now. I have two options. First one I'm going to try is the body filler. I think that should fill in pretty nicely. Or I could plastic weld it. I don't really want to do that with this. I don't think it's necessary. So we're going to hit some body filler right now, and we'll sand it the rest of the way down. And then, you know, this thing will be ready for paint. All right, so we're going to keep the mask on now. This stuff is nasty. It smells awful. So we're not going to need a lot. I'm going to mix up a small batch. We'll get it all on really quickly. We'll get the lid back on that, and hopefully we won't even need to breathe at all. Because this stuff is disgusting, so mask on. Can't tell anything with the mixture. All I want to do is just keep mixing it. It's the same consistency, exactly what I remember it last time. Stuff isn't the easiest to work with. It's plastic, not really regular body filler. So I'm just going to keep mixing because I can't tell a universal color, but I don't see any more red in here. Alright, it's kicking. So we're just going to clean this up real quick. Got a little brake clean on here. This will clean right up. We'll let this dry. Take a little bit to dry. It's not the same thing as regular body filler. So once it kicks, it takes about 15 minutes. Then we'll just sand it down. The left side should be good. We're going to have to probably do one more layer over those gashes that are on the right side, but we will see how it comes out. Alright, quick update. Got the bumper sanded down, filled it all in with the body fill and everything. This, you guys remember, we had that big gash there. This is perfectly smooth, so there is no issues here anymore. We're going to sand this whole bumper down, get it down to just about this. We'll hit it with a 240. Well, we'll go down to 180, make sure that we get all this stuff out, because we did hit it with a 120. We went down to 120, so we'll hit it with a 180, 240, 320, all the way up to 400, get it up to the primer. Same thing on this side, guys. Remember, this side had that big bulge. Everything here is good. There's a slight low spot here. Not gonna worry about that too much. And here, not worried about this at all. This looks pretty good. Very happy with. Up here, absolutely no issues. So the only thing we need to do is just sand this whole bumper down and be ready for paint. And we're gonna do that right now. That way we are good to go. Then we'll put this thing back together real quick, and then we're gonna go get a massage. Alright, so sanded down to 320. That's what we need in order to get down to primer. So looking good right now, nice and smooth. You can see the nice dullness to it, where the paint is also gone as well. That's fine. We're going to be hitting it with some primer, and this should come out pretty nicely. So I'm not going to do anything else right now. We're going to wait till we get to the new house, and then we are going to wash it down real nice, because we will finally have a hose. Thank you. And so one thing I did notice is bumper is cracked a little bit right here. So we're gonna throw a little plastic weld on there just to reinforce it. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but we're gonna do that anyway. And we also are missing a tab here. So I wanna see if I could weld that back on as well while we're doing the plastic work. Another successful plastic weld. If you guys don't know how to plastic weld yet and you work with any kind of plastics, learn how to do it, guys. Super important, super cheap, and so easy. Put that tab back on. I mean, granted, it was not super needed, but it's back on. You know, it's secure. It's not going anywhere. You know, it's sturdy. I got the metal mesh on the other side, and this thing I did as well. So let me just flip this over real quick. I'll show you guys the other side. Alright, so here's the other side, guys. Got the metal mesh in there. Look how strong this is. This isn't going anywhere. It should stay good. I did put another metal mesh piece on this side just in case. But this is perfectly good. It's on the inside, so no issues here. And we'll just snip this little metal piece off right now. And we got our tab back on. So bumper's ready. Bumper's ready to be put over at new house. Get some paint on here. We are more or less done, guys. So we're just going to clean this up right now. Then we'll put the bumper back on and take it back off when we get over there. It should be a nice simple process. That way we can park the car in the parking lot and not get any issues. That's gonna do it for today's episode, guys. This episode felt a little more comfortable. This is something that I did on the A7 already. So from the first time that I did it to now, I felt a lot more comfortable. We were able to get those dents out. The body filler was 1, 2, 3, super simple. Make sure you guys use a plastic one if you do wind up doing this, because it will crack if you flex it. So if you guys are new here, the concept of this channel is learn as we go. That's what we do here. We have no prior experience and we're just making the most of this. So hopefully you guys just smash that subscribe button. Everyone else, thank you guys so much for being here and continuing to support me. Please smash that like button, comment, interact with me. Let me know what you guys think about this stuff. I'll always do my best to get back to every single one of you. Also make sure you guys ring that bell down below. That is your post notification button. That way you guys stay up to date on the build and everything else that goes on this channel. Also make sure you guys are following me over on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. That way you guys get an inside scoop quicker than it makes its way over to YouTube. Make sure you guys also check out my merch line. We just launched it recently. All proceeds 100% go back into the build, the channel. That way I can give you guys better and better content every single day. So hopefully you guys will be inspired by this and just pick up a wrench, buy a car, do whatever you need to do to try to become a DIY salvage guy yourself.